So my next one is another TV show. Apparently that was my theme this time. I did the Donkey Kong Country show.
Oh man.
I'm guessing from that response, you definitely remember it.
I watched it so much as a kid.
That show's amazing.
It's so okay.
Also,
We used to work together all the time.
Yeah, very Canadian. Very Canadian show.
And super janky to go back to it now, and they'll like raise their arms, and their models will have like holes for the armpits.
It's funny because Jordan.
So,
So go on, Jordan.
Go on.
I was gonna say Jordan was watching it. Jordan was watching it the other day, and I could hear Diddy Kong singing from the other room, and I'm like, oh, he's just as abrasive as I remember.
What do you expect from someone who has never ever been the king before? Never had to save the day. Now I've no idea what's in store. Sad and bananas, what I am. I never thought this job would be full of so much misery. Sad and bananas.
Yeah, that's good. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So this show actually has kind of an interesting history. It was, I don't know if you know, but it originally, the show, I'm gonna read a little blurb here. It was originally first introduced in France on September 4th, 1996. On France 2, it was a hybrid live action and motion capture animated block titled Le Planète de Donkey Kong, the planet of Donkey Kong. And then it later became a full series and broadcast. And that's the version that we know. That's the one that we saw, is the American dub of that later on one. And it was Donkey Kong Country is the first television series that was primarily animated with with motion capture technology. So that's why the animation for the time is as fluid as it is.
Yeah.
Is because it was stopped. They actually. So I showed Justin. He thought it was fake, but it's not. I showed him. They had a behind the scenes video where there's a woman who played Donkey Kong. She did all the stop motion for him.
Yeah, hi, it's Justin. I'm editing this video in the future, and like, he's not exaggerating. I legit thought it was fake. I didn't think it was real. And what Jordan neglected to mention, and I will show you the footage of the woman who plays the motion capture for Donkey Kong in this show. It's incredible. And he did mention the fact that this was part of a live action hybrid block. What he neglected to mention was that all the footage of this is on YouTube, and it is the most incredible thing I have ever seen in my life. I clipped like 40 seconds of it. There's a 40-minute long video. It is totally worth checking out just to see how weird it is. Okay, I'm going to play the footage now. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll stop.
Moi, j'ai une banane d'enfer. Vous voulez que je vous dise pourquoi? Eh bien, c'est simple. Parce que dans l'épisode des Baby Follies qu'on va se regarder, il est question de service militaire. Et moi, j'adore le service militaire. Attention.
Grâce à cette combinaison et ses 18 capteurs reliés à l'ordinateur, la comédienne anime en temps réel tous les mouvements du singe.
Ça, c'est la voix. Et ça, c'est la tête.
Ouais, c'est moi la voix, c'est le corps. On comprend pourquoi, c'est pas vrai? Regardez-moi ça comme c'est beau.
Je connais depuis 5 ans, on comprend tout. Donc, sa voix me donne vie, tu vois. Me donne pas envie, mais me donne la vie. Ça
Soleil et la lune, par la terre.
C'est une victoire incontestable.
Je sais. Soleil et crustacés, ça sent pas bon la marée.
Sur les plages de Corse, des migrants crustacés. Coup de soleil. Qui est là?
Régulier de l'espace, saute.
And if so, and another funny thing about the show is it has a legacy of it then influenced stuff in the game. So and I can't remember all of it. I'm paraphrasing parts of this because this is a long Wikipedia page that I'm not going to sit here and read the entirety of. But one of the things that was in Donkey Kong 64, the golden banana, the golden idol banana or something, is a collectible. That was from this show. That originated from this show. Or I believe the crystal coconut is another collectible that shows up in Donkey Kong 64.
There's so many, it's hard to remember them.
Which
all.
It's a big one from this show, of course.
Yeah.
I would love to know. So is the fact that it's a musical and there's 2 musical numbers per episode, did that come in with the dub, or was that in the original French version of this? Like, are there French versions of these songs?
That was my least favorite part of the show.
Really? Oh, the complete opposite.
That's what I love about the show.
I never really liked musicals. I'm just like, I just want to see action. I don't want you to sing in between.
That's so funny considering
you're
like a musical guy.
I know. I don't know why. It's just always never been huge on musicals.
That's my favorite parts of the show because it's so ridiculous seeing Donkey Kong just sing like soulful R&B.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't like it a lot of times.
That's funny.
You're making my boy Donkey Kong look like a bitch.
But see, what's funny is, and maybe because this show was 3 years before Donkey Kong 64. So this show might be the reason why the DK rap exists.
Okay, the DK rap, I can get behind that shit. That is top tier.
Thinking about the fact that this show has so much singing and that it very much influenced Donkey Kong 64, I would not be surprised if that's why that exists.
The honest reason. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what did Lanky do to them to get a verse where they just make fun of him the whole time? Everyone's like, Donkey Kong's a badass, Diddy Kong's a badass, Lanky's an idiot, doesn't know his feet from his head, this guy's a moron. It's just like, whoa.
There's a really funny video from
Joel Haver.
Joel Haver, yeah. Oh, God,
love that
oh my God, you're the first person to know who Joel Haver is.
Dude, I was watching him like long before, like when he first started doing that stuff, and then he started getting millions of views, and I was so stoked for him.
My favorite one is the Grinch one, where he's like, this is really hurtful. Like, what happened to the crocodile? Or the other one that I showed Jordan that was one of my favorites is the worst version of Joker, where he's like at midnight, Batman, she becomes sexy. I don't like this. I know this isn't technically illegal, but
This is worse, actually. This might be the worst thing you've ever done.
Yeah, this might be the worst thing you've ever. Yeah, it's not technically illegal, but it just feels wrong.
There's something wrong about this Joker.
Even more than the worst thing you've ever done. Like, whoa, what a deep thing to say in a movie where it's just the Grinch song shitting on the Grinch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, he's got a lot.
So another interesting thing about the Donkey Kong show is it was actually animated by 2 different animation companies. There was the first one, which was that's the French one, where they did all of the CGI motion capture stuff, and the season 2 was actually normal animation, and they had upscaled character models. The animation was keyframing, like normal animation. Sorry?
The reboot style.
Yeah.
Everyone moves like an action figure.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Sorry, I've lost it. Animation. There was something I was going to mention in regards to it. Nope, it's gone. It'll either come back to me. It'll either come back to me or it won't.
It was just funny when the Mario movie came out, or he was coming out, and people were like, "Oh, the Mario movie is going to be a musical," and everyone shot that down as if it was this ridiculous thing, and then Bowser sang a song in it. But I'd be like, "Look, Donkey Kong did it first."
Yeah. Oh, I remember. So there's interesting thing is Donkey Kong actually has two voices in this. And he has this a voice actor for his speaking voice and one for his singing voice. And I was peddling because now I've remembered the real thing that I was going to mention, which was the fact that earlier I mentioned how Sonic Underground on Tubi, the episode list is out of order. This was another example where, as I was watching it, it definitely felt like it was out of order, because I remembered season 2 being where they bring in Dixie Kong, Diddy's girlfriend. But as I was watching it, there would be random episodes where she was there. So then I went down this rabbit hole where I looked it up for this show in particular, where there's the order where it was released in France, which is the chronological order. But North America, it released in a completely different order. So Justin in particular was like, I remember Dixie being in season 1, and that's because in our version of events, she was. But that's not how it was originally intended to be, which I found interesting. So, yeah.
Donkey Kong
That's Donkey Kong Country. Also, it's very funny because when you type in Donkey Kong Country, like when I was trying to look up the Wikipedia for this one, I type in Donkey Kong Country, and obviously it just brings up the games.
I mean, yeah, naturally.
So it's like I have to specifically type in like 90s Donkey Kong show to get it to bring up the thing that I actually wanted to bring up.
A lot of people don't know this show exists.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny. Even on YouTube, same thing. I have to type in Donkey Kong Country show. Because fun fact, if you want to watch this, and this is a good way to end this one. If you want to watch this, it's on YouTube for free. That's where I watched it.
I didn't know that. I didn't even know it was originally French. Right?
I didn't either. I learned something this week.
So, okay. Hey everybody, I'm back. Wasn't that montage of that French thing really friggin' weird? Wasn't it so weird? Yeah, I had no idea that show was motion capture, and that show is old, man. That's pretty cool. Do you remember this show? Let me know down in the comments down below. But if you would like to see the full episode that this video is from, where we talked about even more video game movies and TV shows and all kinds of stuff, and Adam was there and we had a good time, you can click the video on the left. Or you click the video on the right, and that's going to take you to a random video of our many videos that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy. Otherwise, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Leave us a like if you could. It seriously helps us out a ton. And we'll see you all in the next video, everybody. Have a good day.